Ladies and gentlemen, I'll tap back. Welcome to Legend of Heroes 6, Trails in the Sky. Before I say anything else, I do want to say a big shout out and gratitude to Blue Wolf Alex, Myron97, Ciela, Gillion, Arik Verendi, Vigilant00, and of course Solivanti, who is the primary donator here. Thank you all very, very much for your funding and appreciation and support in order to make this run happen. Thank you. And you'll notice that's a much smaller list than usual. Where's the thank you? Where's things scrolling? Oh, there you go. It looks like I hit it by accident. Sorry. Alright. Ahem. Moving on. You'll notice that's a much smaller list than usual. That's true. As always, priority, which determines when a run happens or if a run happens, is a factor of both number of people who put interest in it and amount of money who put into it. And you guys dropped $600 on this game. So, niche, but wanted, is what that tells me. There's only 7 people donated money to this, and actually that's not true. I think it's actually closer to 4, and I think the last ones were dealer's choices that I redistributed towards it. So, and you were incredibly wrong, Titans. Although, speaking of which, did I update on the website? Let me double check the website just to make sure that I'm not talking out my rear here. Nope, yep. Says it right there. Trails in the Sky 1. So I don't know what you're talking about, actually. So, as usual, alt-tabbing means killing the game. That's really annoying. I wonder why people do that. Thank you very much, Cookie Dude. Very much appreciate the subscription. I put that towards Xenogears. Thank you very, very much, Questy. Very much appreciate your donation. Thank you. And I will put that towards 2 things. Arkham. I could turn it down more. It's already at half. So. See? Music's already turned down. This is how it's supposed to be. How's this? Is this better? Cool. We can also mute it. Check this out. I was looking into this game briefly, and I do mean very briefly. I woke up very late this morning. So this is the 6th Legend of Heroes series, but it has nothing to do with the previous games, so screw them. But, yeah, so we've got Trails in the Sky, Trails in the Sky 2, excuse me, Trails in the Sky SC, which is Trails in the Sky 2, and Trails in the Sky the 3rd. And I'm pretty sure Cold Steel is part of the same world. I could be wrong? Question mark? Can we confirm or deny? I've been operating under this assumption for a while here. So feel free to correct me if I'm wrong. Okay, so it is the same world. I knew it was the Eastern, the Empire or whatever, but I just wanted to make sure it was set in the same planet. Because, yes, the Sky and the... So it's Sky and then Crossbell, which I don't know if we even have those in the States. And then Cold Steel. Just making sure I'm not misremembering. I've had the hardest time keeping track of this series. I don't actually know why. So... We're not doing Rumination for this one. We already did it. In fact, we're not doing a Rumination for the next 3 games in a row. But yes, this is the beginning of this world's arc. Trails in the Sky 1, Trails in the Sky SC, Trails in the Sky 3rd, and then Crossbell 1 and 2, or whatever, and then Cold Steel 1, 2, 3, and 4. Apparently there are fan translations for Crossbell. Got it. Well, that's as ever not up to me, because the only games you guys put interest in are 3 of them. Sky 1, Sky SC, which is nowhere near funded. It's not even close to being funded. And Cold Steel 2. Now, I'm hoping I like this. I know I've talked up several times about how worried I am about this series, but that has nothing to do with the quality of the games. I don't really remember these games all that well. Ruminations, you know, the usual reason. But from what they have been described to me as, these games should basically be my bag. You know, lots and lots of world building. Yeah, we streamed like an hour of this, Dakota. Lots and lots of world building, lots and lots of continuity, and general, you know, what I usually refer to as adult storytelling, aka actually making consequences matter, and actually having things that are dealing with, you know, mature topics, blah, 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 blah. We'll see. But for now, let's just start. We're going to put it down to easy, because I'm not a masochist and it's already going to take too long. And I'm going to rush as much as I possibly can. And we're going to Alt-Tab. Freezing the game. Death to the game. Thank you very much, Martin. Very much appreciate the sub, sir. I have put that towards Mummy Demastered for your request. Thank you. Back to the game. Left click? There we go. So, I'm going to read at my pace. God, his portrait always looks so weird. I like pretty clothes, but they just get dirty. And jewelry breaks when you go play outside with it on. Anyways, what's with the big blanket? Well, here you are. Handsome boy, don't you think? What? Why is my present a boy? Don't make such a fuss, or you'll wake him. You mean he's alive? Looks kind of dead, if you ask me. Oh, I've treated his wound, so he should be stable. In the meantime, we need to let him rest. His black hair and amber eyes. It's okay, she has red eyes, so... Who is this kid? Why is he here? Why'd you bring him here? Is he illegitimate or something? Did you betray Mommy? Where have I been picking up these words? From Shezarad, no doubt. Ah, that girl's gonna get me into trouble one of these days with her nonsense. Anyways, I met him when I was out in business. I don't even know his name. It was Bracer Business. Talk about bracers later. Get out of your mind. Why didn't you just leave me there to die? There's a question I don't know how to answer. Does things just worked out that way work for you? Don't tie with me, Cassius Bright. Do you have any idea what you're getting yourselves involved with? Okay, I'm just going to spoil something for you guys. Cassius is, like, one of the best and most renowned warriors of this particular era. I just want you to keep that in mind, because I think it helps add some context to things. Whoops. Apparently I can accidentally Alt-Tab. Okay, that's good to know. Running your mouth like that's just going to make it longer for your body to heal. Who are you supposed to be? I'm Estelle. She's my daughter. You remember me telling you I had a body rage? Wait a minute. Don't try to change this up. Ah! Ah! Quit yelling. Jumping on me isn't going to make me heal faster either. I don't you hear you yelling again, do I? Look, jumping is just going to make me worse. Do I hear yelling? Never mind. Forget it. It would be wise not to argue with Estelle in this house. She rules it with an iron fist. Jeez, first Nanami literally smashes us into a cliff, and then Estelle literally jumps on us while we're injured. My name is... My name is Cinematic Intro. Excuse me, anime intro. You can tell because the frame rate just went to hell. PC Adventures, GOG specifically. God, that mustache just looks so terrible on him. Is this game seriously on sale? The trend continues, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, the game's too loud. God damn it. Because we were doing board games last night. There we go. That's not how you make a paper airplane game. Ignore that. It has nothing to do with the plot. There's an unimportant character. This is not the PSP version. Thank you very much, Dean Badine. Very much appreciate, sir. And I'll put that towards Arkham, which at this point, I'm going to officially cut off. No more Arkham donations. So, unfortunately, this is probably going to be a positive because the doodad usage in this game is probably going to be amazing. We'll see. We're just going to jot that one down. I mean, just look at the room. Look at the room we're in. Look at it. It's especially amusing because that's all 3D. Well, most of those are 3D objects. Yeah, we'll see, Dakota. We'll see. Ugh. I wonder if I can play this on a controller. Bricks are so-so. We may be the same age, but I'm clearly the woman of the house. That makes you my loyal follower. The whereabouts of light. I wish I could play the harmonica like you. Yeah, I can't play the harmonica at all. Give in, Crazy Norse. What kind of boy wants a girl who loves fishing, collecting bugs, and has a fetish for sports shoes? That's enough talk about hobbies right now. They're not actually brother-sister. They've just been raised together, Geludo. That makes it okay. One of the things I've found myself amused by the comments section back during the old rumination on this was, I made the comment that Estelle was the main character, not whatever our name is. Joshua, that's right. Most of the comment section said, duh! I was like, okay. I guess I was an idiot. So, let's go ahead and talk about one thing that I've always liked in JRPGs, of course, because that's usually what does it, but fiction in general. Adventurers' guilds that are organized. Yeah, I don't know what else to call that, but that's the kind of thing that I really enjoy. Breath of Fire had that. Lufia had that with the Town Guardian concept. Oh gosh, what else? I know there's others. Every time it crops up, I'm like, yes, because, I don't know, it just, something about it really appeals to me. It's basically professional adventurer. Yeah, and there's actual politics, adventurer politics, but it's a professional adventurer. FF12, that's another one. But, you know, there's a whole organized cultural system of that, which I tend to enjoy, at least the idea of. So here we have the bracers. That's the concept here. That's their job. Do whatever. For money. For the guild. There's a few other layers to that, of course, but that's what when they say bracers, you can just mentally replace it with the word adventurer, and it fits pretty much the same way. Also, freelancers over in some games I could mention. Exactly, Mazanaka. I have no idea, Loke. I don't really know the lore of the Monster Hunter series that well. Yeah. Fried fish omelet. Apparently she is not a good cook. Getting used to the controls, don't mind me. This is an option, consequently. Auto run. Okay. Sorry, I've been playing Suikoden for like a week, so I gotta completely readjust my memory. For some reason, every freaking game that uses these three buttons likes to switch which one does what. Even though there's standardization, there's always the cancel, the confirm, the menu. And they like to switch it around. For Suikoden, this Y was menu and X was cancel. Anyways. So, Oh god, there's a lot of things to cover here. Let's go and turn the sound effects down a little bit. Just for you guys. Whee! The Primus setting had a dying adventurers guild, which was basically, you know, dying out because, you know, life and advancement in politics. Whoops. Oh my god, there we go. You, Magister, you are dying out. Sorry. Way too many, Dream Whisperer. You ever want the text to go off the screen? If you ever want to really, really, really have a very long RPG series, this is it. Yet another reason why I'm reading at my pace. Isn't it romantic you two lovers are bracers who stand for justice? Juicy drama's gonna involve Joshua and aren't lovers, we're family. You don't understand anything, Estelle. Joshua's adopted, and things could go either way in the future, right? Plus, leaving it at that would surely please the readers. Right. See if I can remember my buttons here. There we go. There we go. Sorry, still trying to figure this out. Well, I have been thinking about deleting the old one, Lord Harriman, so thank you for giving me even more reason to delete it. Damn, Shikor. That's pretty impressive. Don't worry, there's no romance in Cold Steel. It's okay, it's set around a school, so you can't possibly have romance in a game set around a school. So they just straight up asked if we're on a date. Don't worry, there's definitely no romance in this game between Estelle and Joshua. None whatsoever. I can increase my movement. I know it's combat movement. We haven't even gotten to combat yet. Ah, screw with the camera. This is it. We're gonna finally become members of Seed. I mean, the Bracers. Don't worry, Ben Smack. Estelle and Josh will definitely not end up having a romantic story arc together. Every time I teach you something, you somehow manage to forget it. Sounds like me. Gosh, well, Shira's picking on me. Don't worry. Well, Estelle may hate studying and rarely does her homework. Acts rashly, is overly naive, has a tendency to stick her nose into everything. Her instincts are sharp. So I'm sure she'll pick up on how to use an orbment with some practice. I have no idea, Mazanaka. Wouldn't surprise me, though. This is the kind of series... So, I've mentioned a lot the difference between backloaded storytelling and front-loaded storytelling. This series has tremendous front-loaded storytelling. They planned out a lot. Although I am curious if the... I'm going to say this extremely vaguely to avoid spoilers. The curse aspect of Cold Steel was planned out. It's the only part of the story that just feels like it kind of came out of nowhere to me. Okay. Orbments. Orbments are off the screen. Really, game? They're mechanical devices which operate by what is known as orbal energy. A variety of effects can be produced depending on the structure and the type of quartz or process septium installed. Although it's only been 50 years since their invention, the devices play an integral role in all facets of life, from lights, heaters, and everyday products to weapons, magic, and airships. Magitech. I'm just going to summarize this. In connection, this technological reform is known as the Orbal Revolution. Bracers are investigative combat specialists who work to protect civilians and maintain stability of their respective regions. I talked about this earlier. They aid the community in various ways, such as exterminating monsters, preventing crime, finding items, escorting people and goods. The Bracers Guild, which is across the continent, manages the affairs of the Bracers in each region. The Liberal Kingdom, which is a speck compared to some of the other players on the field, is in the western half of the Zemurian continent, abounds with nature and deep-rooted traditions. Liberal is proud to be one of the leading producers of septium on the continent and is known for its high-level technology used to develop orbments. As to whether or not the writers planned it all out in advance, Tessie? Like, is there's this part where they're just suddenly like, hi. The characters just turn to the camera. Just so you know, we planned this all out in advance. 10 years ago, when Liberal was invaded by the Erebonians, it was the use of orbital-powered airships that saved the kingdom from defeat. Consequently, even now our relationship with the Empire is somewhat sensitive. We're on good terms. But thanks to the Queen's political finesse, Liberal enjoys peace. We've got a mountain of stuff to do today. I'll let you off the hook this time with a condensed review. Practical training. We'll be experiencing things firsthand. Therefore, I'm going to have the both of you run through everything as if this is a real job. No desk studying? Yay! If I had to sit with another day, I'd parked at a desk. Ah, for God's sakes. Yeah, by the way, he's the studious type who likes reading and music, and she's, not. No, Tessie. Alright. Spoilers. So there's this whole curse thing, which is relevant for the entirety of the Cold Steel franchise. And ending that curse and killing you-know-what is kind of the main thrust of the Cold Steel plot. What I'm wondering is how much of that curse and how much of that entity was already written when they were starting this very game. In other words, how much of it was planned out in advance. So what you're saying is we need to kill him immediately, Gum Gum. Understood. By the way, I have the font turned up. Hey, Battle Programmer. You're one of the people on my list. So, Battle Programmer, you donated for Cold Steel 2. Would you be okay with Cold Steel 2 being pushed back to probably about a year or so? I mean, I'm going to be honest with you, it's going to be a long wait. Because Cold Steel 1 isn't even on the list, and the list is not opening until we're done with the list. So, and then that's assuming Cold Steel 1 is even added to the list, which it might not be. But you're one of the donators, so you get the say on that. Alright. I suppose I should ask if any of these other people are on. I didn't see any of these people talk, but if JDG, Jordan, Pretzel, Farcraw, Cashel, Gladio, Dude McGuy, Noel, Raven Zero, or Azure Hawk are on, please let me know. Now to get some Orbles. Why do they call them Orbles? But yeah, Orbles in this game are very similar to how they use Magicite over in FF12, or, you know, Mako-powered stuff over in FF7, or Chrism-powered stuff in Breath of Fire 3, same concept. O-R-B-A-L-S-K. Yeah, it's not quite like Materia, because like the same Orble, if you equip on one person and then another, it'll actually come out differently depending on the person. Thank you very, very much, Mazanaka. Very much appreciate, sir. Thank you. If you happen to know where you want to put that, please let me know. See, that's not really my choice, Tessie. It's not even yours. It's the people who donated for it. Which is why I asked Battle Programmer just a moment ago what he wanted. Second chapter, I can add that to, absolutely. Yeah, I thought that was weird too, Tessie. No one even suggested it back when the list was open. So I'll put that towards Trails in the Sky SC. And thank you very, very much, Battle Programmer. Very much appreciate the support. Thank you. However, Cold Steel 2 cannot be donated for because it's already funded. Seriously, the run is locked in. That's part of the problem I'm running into. You guys have already funded a run of Trails in the Sky 1 and Trails of Cold Steel 2. Earth, water, fire, wind, time, space, mirage. Oh, was it one of the ones that was chopped, Blue of Alex? Cold Steel 2 was almost chopped, I remember that. And SC was almost chopped as well. Hell, this is the only one that actually was, you know, kind of locked in. Okay, so what do we got for slots right now? That's true, Poison is an... Ah, Cashel! Cashel! Same question. Oh, it costs 30 to open it. Nah. You just got here. 15 demerits. So, Cashley, you are one of the donators for Trails in the Sky Cold Steel 2. Just 2. Are you okay with that being pushed back probably a little over a year in order to make it so that we could play Cold Steel 1 before it on camera? That's the summary of the question. What do we got for courts here? Good morning, Shadow Machine. Okay, so that's 2 people who have donated for Cold Steel 2. We're okay with that. Still need to talk to everyone else. Jeez Louise. Although Battle Programmer was the primary donator on Cold Steel 2, so we at least have a majority in terms of money. Come on, there we go. Alright, well, let's go ahead and get time, because we have to anyways. For her, what should we do for her? Well, we can't do another time. It doesn't have to be unanimous, Blue of Alex, but if, for example, some of the people who donated for it were adamantly against it, that would change my mind. You know what I mean? Like, I don't want to go with the crowd, so to speak. But when it comes to something like that, someone has paid money for something, and if they want it, then that's, you know, that's my job. I'm not going to withhold burgers from 15 people if one person wants them. Let's see, for her. Gosh, I don't know. Let's just go with my gut. Oh my god, that's not what I wanted. There we go. Okay. But no, you're right, Blow Alex. I've played Trails in the Sky 1, Cold Steel 1, and Cold Steel 2. I barely remember them. I remember a lot of, you know, zoomed out 1,000-yard things, right? Some of the larger, broad, sweeping elements. That's it. Wrong button. What do you want me to do? But why? Okay, whatever. Let's figure it out, I guess. So I need a heal. So... Whoop, dip. Damn it. Basically, yes, Crazy Norse. Like, Trails in the Sky 1, 2, and whatever are, it's one story. You know, it's all one cohesive story. Cold Steel 1, 2, 3, and I think 4 are all one story as well. I don't know about cross whatever. Bingo, Blow Up Alex. Plus, my mentality going into a rumination or a stream is completely different. I'll tell you one thing I'm looking forward to in my next playthrough is finding out more about the the Deer House specifically, because a lot of those characters were interesting. Nope. There we go. These key bindings are weird. B is menu and cancel. Which I don't even begin to understand. This is a PSP game, right? Anyways, okay, so... Yay. Yeah, by the way, notice one of her traits. So I'm sorry, I'm kind of just glossing over this. One of her traits is that almost all her slots are any. In other words, she can put any chord into just about any slots, meaning she is more malleable in terms of how you build her. By contrast, Joshua requires time chords, and has a few alt chords, so a little more limited. That's what I thought. There. Yeah, Estelle is your typical stupid but strong protagonist. The fact that she's female doesn't change the fact that she fits that archetype pretty well. I actually have been needing to look into what exactly the DLC is, Blow Off Alex. Because, I mean, like, is it route specific? Is it a side story like they did with the 3DS games? What do they call those? They have a specific term for them in Fire Emblem. Like side log or side quell or something. God, I can't remember what they call it. No, not interludes. It's a made-up word for it. Paralogs, that's them. Thank you. So anyways, what is the DLC of Paralogue? God. Because if so, then I'm not sure how we're going to handle that, but we'll think about it. Man, this really is a lot like Suikoden. So we have an extremely detailed cityscape, and then we go into a dungeon and it's a bunch of straight corridors with no details whatsoever. I'm just messing. What do we got here? So yeah, they've got the Earthbound thing going on. Hint! So yeah, there's our order of battle. Initiative bar. We'll have to see what I think of this. Because it's kind of grid-based, just not in the traditional sense. God, her movement is terrible. The biggest thing I don't care for about this particular system is it doesn't have that wonderful feature where you can move... I forget how to phrase it. Basically, all of your movement can be spent at any time. You move, that's it. Whether you move 1 square or 15, you're locked in. Ugh. So I can't, for example, run up, attack someone, and then with the rest of my move, keep moving.
We're good to go!
Yeah, we can't do the Mechanicus thing. Which was, God, that was a brilliant system in Mechanicus. Yeah, I mean, you can see the kind of terrain we're on here. Also, you can see some stats on the enemy, which is kind of neat. You know, you can see the their efficiency. You can see their elemental defenses and/or weaknesses, as well as their HP and any conditions they currently have. Thought there was a way to show that on the map, but it looks like not. Whatever. Yes, I know, Mazanaka. There we go. So yeah, so if you notice, moving takes up less delay. It's very similar to FF10. You know, your action adds a value to your initiative, basically, to determine whether you're going to be before or previous to the enemies. Wow, you're just worthless, aren't you? Here, go tank, Mr. Worthless.
Piece of cake.
Whoop, right. We should cast Saint, which takes a lot of things. My goodness, look at that. No, this is menu. There we go. I meant to put fire here. There we go. So, melee attacks, spells, and crafts. This is specific to the character. Each character has their own crafts, regardless of ornaments or anything else. I forget how you generate CP.
Come on.
Yeah, I'm not fond of the button layout for this either, Wolf Alex, but whatever. We'll make it work. I mean, so far it sounds like he's a psychopath, or maybe a sociopath, Gum Gum, who probably should be killed for the betterment of his own troops. Yeah, as I say, it seems pretty similar to the typical limit break system. Not that's a bad thing, just point it out. What do we got here? Well, I'm not playing on Steam, so can't really do that. It's fine. It's not a big deal. I got used to Suikoden, and I can use to this. It's just it's going to take me a day or two to get used to it. Just go attack him, get some CP. Press the break button. I have no idea what the break button is. There we go.
Here I come!
Let's do this!
I wouldn't call those limit breaks in the traditional sense. Those are closer to things that actually allow you to interrupt turn order, which is their main thing, like I did earlier. I love how the font just occasionally runs over. See, this is with the font turned up. I'm guessing that's why it occasionally has those graphical glitches. But whatever. No, Shikor. Bad Shikor. Yeah, the font is clearly a PSP font. It doesn't work overly well.
Take!
Neither. This is GOG. I own several of the Trails of games on GOG. Yeah, GOG is always my preference for PC games if I can get it. We're gonna aim move a bit here. And then we'll use speed up on her. Go faster, Estelle!
Take!
Yeah, PC either way, Blow Felix. I only specify because sometimes there's some differences between versions. And I don't know, so... Just, you know, covering my bases. Yeah, what's the turbo button, by the way? Oh, hey, we can do this. There's the turbo button. Found it. It's R2.
Piece of cake.
If it was a real job, the contents of those boxes belong to the client. As long as there's nothing illegal, we have no right to open them. Looks like it's a hold. See? Yeah. I have to hold it down. But I can. Oh, geez. This is hard to control. But, okay, I'm with it. I didn't know either, Felix. I might have used it last time. I don't remember. I mean, this is the version I played last time. You know, nothing's changed. Well, they might have patched it in. I shouldn't say nothing's changed. So what's in the boxes? That's for me to know and you to find out. Mwahaha. Unfortunately, I have to restart the game to set the options. Which I can do, but I haven't saved lately, so... Thankfully, I'm pretty sure saving is save anywhere. Oh, wrong button. I'll get used to it at some point. Yep. Saving's nice and quick, too, so that's nice. You did the thing. You got BP. And money. Okay, there's my proof positive I'm on the GOG version. Lots of tutorializing here. Oh, excuse me. Yeah, it makes sense for PSP. I mean, PSP had the pause function anyways, just built into the hardware. Same as the DS and the 3DS. I don't know if the Vita has that option. So these are the boxes we got at the test. There are badges. I mean, duh, right? Our test was to go and recover the badges from an area that, you know, was monster infested. Yes, Crazy Norse, that is correct. But I still need to talk to JDG Jordan, Pretzel, Farcraw, Dude McGuy, Noel, Raven Zero, and Azure Hog. She's excited. Hey, Luca Lino. What's up? Excuse me, it's Illucolino. My bad. Why does she hold Dad in such esteem? He seems like nothing more than a no-good middle-aged man who's always doing who knows what instead of being our father. Right. He's definitely not one of the best and most skilled warriors in the entire nation. Revered and venerated across the continent. No. Cassius. Nonsense is what that means. Oh yeah, by the way, we have lots and lots and lots and lots and lots and lots of save slots, so for once, that's not a problem. Like, look at this. Look at this. Oh, there's 100 page, so we can have 1,000 save slots. It's okay. I understand completely, Alukalina. If you need the money, take it. I won't starve. I have carrots. It's okay. But yeah, there's autosaves too. In fact, there's multiple slot autosaves. There we go. Just remember my buttons. Okay. There's no room for girls to be sticking their big fat noses in boys' business. You're more wrong than a fool who thinks there's better tasting milk in Liberal than the milk that comes from Purzel Farm. Purzel Farm! When you need the best possible milk, think Purzel. I feel like there's voice acting in this series. In fact, one of the options I had to set was voice volume. So... I don't remember? I'm sorry. I know the overwhelming majority is text. This is one of those lots and lots of text games like the Dragon Quest series. I'm thinking bare minimum 5 Rebelto, but we'll see. So yeah, I actually wanted to show this off. This might be positive worthy, because this is exactly the kind of thing I usually complain about in games. Usually this kind of stuff is in a walkthrough, or a strategy guide, or a FAQ, or whatever. But here, the whole frickin' thing is here. Yeah, it's a built-in strategy guide walkthrough thing. And it's the kind of thing Pokemon needs, you know? But, yeah. Enough said. So that's probably going to be... So let's dole out some negatives. I mean, positives. Which means we're going to have to mute the game, because alt-tabbing does that. So we're going to do that one. Possibly that one. And this one. And that one. Yeah, there's a lot of RPGs that could use that. This is pretty much the other end of the spectrum of what I usually call walkthrough-itis. Now, this doesn't completely apply, but the fact that it's there, the fact that it's in the game, yeah, this is the kind of thing that should be in most RPGs. So, doodad utilization, world building, and perspective are the 3 potential positives. We'll see how those go. A codified gameplay positive is this, the notebook. Well, it depends on the specific instance, Shikor. But again, like, I point to Pokemon. In several cases, Pokemon really should have information in the game on how exactly to evolve certain evolutions, for example, especially at this point in history. Like, back in the day, it was level, trade, use stone. There's way more ways to evolve a Pokemon nowadays, you know? Way more. And then we have a negative, potential negative to story. We're not done with the intro yet, but potential negative to gameplay, excuse me, for the intro. Okay. God, where am I going now? I don't actually remember what I'm doing next. Because it's the worst thing in the history. Okay. I typed it out in the thing, Von Falkenstein. See, this is what I was talking about. You thought I was joking when I said that I could just give positives on willy-nilly. No one will ever question it. No one will ever challenge a well, that's not true. That's not true. But usually people do not challenge positives. But if I mention a negative, everyone's like, "Wah! Wait! No negatives. What are you giving the negative for?" And then I have to fight. Tooth and nail. The negative is for the intro being kind of bleh, basically. It's linear. It's heavily tutorialized. I corrected myself, Dakota. It's linear. It is heavily tutorialized. And there's nothing interesting about it from a gameplay perspective. It's just go down this narrow corridor, fight these enemies, which are heavily tutorialized fights, and then get this item. And then, this is how you turn in and stuff. And it's just bleh. This is what I mean by good doodad placement, by the way. Every now and again, I need to reiterate. I should probably add doodad to the loriums, even though it's not a lorium. That's not my term. So I want you to picture this room, okay? Now picture that instead of all the stuff you're seeing, there's just the walls, probably the tabletop, the counter, and the person. Maybe the carpet. That's it. If you can picture that, if you can mentally picture that, you can see why I value good doodad placement so much, Because here we have, a barrel of apples. Here's another crate of apples. Here's some greens. There's some newspapers here. There's some plates. There's Tazara. There's some umbrellas hanging here and some hats. And there's some, I don't even know what those are. And there's a thing over here. There's some jars up here. That's doodads. It's a Blizzard term. I didn't come up with it. Thank you very, very much, Tazara. Very much appreciate, sir. Thank you for almost 3 full years of support. You rock, dude. Where do you want it? She wants the newest Stragus shoes. You've actually forgotten why you came in here. We're here to buy the liberal news. Right. Look, she loves shoes, and I'd make fun, but my sister has so many pairs of shoes. It drives me batty. I don't understand why she has so many shoes. Oh, Queen Alicia's birthday is coming up soon. Nice. You say control, Gum Gum, but kill probably sounds more likely. You got the recipe book. So we can cook in this game. We'll get to that. I've made it a personal rule never to turn down sweets. You've ate the maple... I wish I could learn recipes by eating food. God, could you imagine? Nom nom. I've come up with a new recipe! Just immediately, Data probably could. Yeah, exactly, Shikor. Just flunk. I can now make all sorts of things. Yeah, you have no move. You need to be up front there. There we go. There's the recipe book. So there's two types of recipes, in case you missed that. There's recipes that are items, and there's recipes you eat on the spot. You sit down and eat. Pretty sure those are buffs. Don't quote me on that. So this one's... the Liberal News. The half-year countdown to Her Majesty Queen Alicia's 60th birthday and celebration has begun. Ugh. This has been a banner year for Her Royal Highness, sparking more anticipation than this event has ever seen before. But we must not forget, this is the 10th year since the 100 Days' War, a period of intense turmoil for all Liberal. As we celebrate, let us also reflect on the tragedies of the past, so that we may refrain from ever reliving them in the future. We have been afforded this luxury of hindsight, and we must use it to its fullest. Meanwhile, Main Street is filled with the bustle of men and women furiously preparing decor and merchandise for the upcoming festivities, and developing new products specifically for the sale during the celebration. The competition's truly cutthroat. I yearn for my customers' taste buds to sing with delight, says Miss Sorbet, who is an ice cream purveyor, because of course she is. Her name's Sorbet. Sadly, her new menu will remain a mystery to us until the day of the festival. As the population grows, more and more businesses pop up around me. But all this means is more customers, especially at festival time, so I'm not complaining, she exclaims with a sly smile. Miss Sorbet seems to have a few tricks up her sleeve. So to all her competitors we say, watch out. Who shall stand and who shall fall? So apparently Optimus Prime is in this game. Prior to the festival, Her Majesty will be hosting the annual martial arts competition in the Royal Arena. This fiercely competitive tournament is always a big hit, with some avid spectators even regarding it as the day's main event. Meanwhile, according to our sources, the Bose region has seen a string of burglars over the last several days, and the people have had enough! The Royal Army Border Patrol stationed at the Hocken Gate has been stepped up efforts to apprehend the group of criminals responsible for these acts, and anyone with information on their identities is urged to contact the Border Patrol immediately. The Kingfisher Inn, along the beautiful Valyria Lake shore, is more popular than ever, following a visit from the women of the Royal City. Won't you come and fish with us too? Nah. I don't like fishing. I also don't like Tazara. I mean, I said that wrong. I don't like Dragon Quest. I much prefer Titanfall 2. There's the joke I was going for. Don't worry, Kingfisher is definitely not the Fisher King. I hope. And I have switched that to Titanfall. You got a bit of follow your father home? Yeah. You know Luke and Pat, right? I just from you to Luke that Pat ran off to the tower that lies in the northern outskirts of Roland. See you around, Blow Up, Alex. Have a good one. That place is a breeding ground for monsters. Unfortunately, Shezarad is out on bracer business. So I need you to bring the children home safely. Actually, that's not what she said. What she said is you need to go get your father to bring them home safely. And Estelle is the one saying, there's no time for that. They could be in danger. We need to go get them immediately. And Joshua's like, with all due respect, I think Estelle's judgment is correct here. If the two of us hurry, we may even catch them before they reach the tower. No time to lose. That's why we're going to stand here talking. A Kaivurul Vailem. Also, the in-game map is decent and color-coded, so that's nice. See? Now, the dungeon design, not great, but, you know. Gonna get a little experience on the way up. Just gonna auto A through this. Actually, I'm curious if I can hold down A for this. I can! It's weird how many RPGs do not have this very simple feature.
Piece of cake.
What's my money like? Wrong button. Fine. Since I'm not actually on a timer. Well, it's not a plus, although quality of life features can be baked into a plus, depending on how many there are. Where's the food store? I guess that's the food store. I wish by. Of course, I don't remember what it was. It was this button? Yep. Milk, flour, sugar. Yeah, exactly, dude, McGuy. Color coding, I tend to be in favor of color coding design in general, but seeing actual color coding on the thing is nice. Sorry, I was reading that and confused for a second. Cures mute is what this does, but what it says is quick fix tape to repair a neutralized orbment. In other words, it's, you know, gets rid of silence. That's just hysterical. Anyways. And then let's just buy a... Aw, doesn't cap. Alright, whatever. I suppose I should start writing down convenience features as they happen. So let's do that really quick. So far we have fast forward. Auto A. And that's it for the moment, but we'll get there. Ugh. So we do something like this. Ah yes, colored map, thank you.
Piece of cake.
Ah, we'll be fine, battle programmers. See, we're fine.
Alright, we're good to...
We're just super dead. Wrong button. I'll get used to it, I swear. Damage does stay, as per usual, for games like this. So does limits, which is interesting in its own right, too. You're the wrong person. Go attack. Let's see if there's memory cursor. Probably not. For some reason, that's another feature games just like to not do. Well, remember, target. Oh my god. It looks like it actually remembered. Hang on, let's try something here. See you around, Mazanaka. It's actually funny to me. I shouldn't take such a big deal about these things, but it is so rare that RPGs, old or new, have any of these features. So it looks like it doesn't have full memory cursor, because it didn't remember I was on Firebolt. mean, you guys are gonna have to decide if the plan works or not, Gum Gum. That's not really up to me. I'm not the GM, man. Art. Okay, so arts is magic. This is the materia stuff we get. Crafts, because of course they're called arts and crafts. Why wouldn't they be? Is what they use CP on. So that's a separate thing. And she's dead.
I'm sorry.
Let's see what running does. I don't know if it's a chance or not. Wrong button. So, people do not res after combat. That's good to know. Oh, we're out. Peace! Looks like enemies do not respawn while you're still in the zone, but I would bet money they respawn once you leave. Yes, you need to have an orbital equipped to use arts. But no, let me sleep. Let me sleep. I'm just gonna lay down. Everything's gonna be fine. I like how Estelle's just running on when she's actually technically dead right now. Alright, whatever. Get up. No, it's this one. God. Wrong spot, wrong spot. The camera just keeps bouncing around on me. I'm just gonna stop trying. Hey guys, the United States is calling me. Again. It's probably a political ad. Hey, Baka's easy. Okay, take two. Yep, the whole U.S. is calling me right now.
All right, we're good to go.
Almost looks like it's a static spawn rate. That is to say, the enemies look manually placed. In the world.
All right, we rule.
Good morning, Seraphim. We just got some fresh oibs. We have some meat, too, but unfortunately we don't know how to make anything out of it. Really? Good morning, Sigma. Ow! Thank you very, very much for the sub. Very much appreciate it. I will put that towards Tales from the Borderlands. Right now. Okay. What? That's weird. Ah! I mean, that sounds like an awesome time to me, Seraphim.
Piece of cake.
I've never reviewed it, Magister. It's actually the only Telltale game I was okay with reviewing. And so it was added to the list. Actually, no, let's do this. I don't know what Regen's EP. Would you stop with that, you stupid plant? Thank you, Seraphim. I actually woke up so late this morning, I haven't even had a chance to set up my usual website stuff. So I haven't read any of the comments on it yet. I've got like 40 to go through. I'll do that during my lunch break, maybe. I know she healed on level up, which is also a pretty normal thing. I'm gonna eat a cookie. I'm gonna take this cookie and eat it. Okay, I want you to imagine for a moment that this swirling art of light goes around you every time you eat a cookie. Just picture that for a second. Just picture it. Nom. God, I hope not Rasalisu. But now that you said that, it's almost guaranteed to exist, because that's how anime works. Yeah, I know, but he doesn't have any red septith, so he can't do anything with that, Leander. See? What did I tell you? The moment we bring it up, animes like this pop into existence. Retroactively, added to reality.
Piece of cake.
It kind of is Takoi. It's like, oh, such a thing would be cool. It exists. Huh. We'll melee this guy. God, those hit hard.
All right, we're good to go.
Yeah, I feel like another level wouldn't go amiss here. I've been Korean methoding go through this. Oh, I should add that to the Lorian's list. Well, again, that's not my term, but I have been perpetuating it, so... Add both of those to the list.
That's that then. Let's move out.
Korean method, which a friend of mine named, who was Korean, by the way. The way he described it was very simple. So, you don't avoid any enemies, but you don't go out of your way to kill any enemies as you're progressing through an RPG. Basically, you kill everything in your way. This also describes a standard method of dungeon progression when it comes to difficulty design for RPGs in general, which I've talked about several times. The normal method. From what I am told, that is a normal method, yes. It's not how I play games, or several of my friends, but... sure, Crazy Norse, but don't tell me until we get there. We gotta save these kids first. Luke, Pat, if you can hear me, answer me now. They're pretending they can't hear me. We'll have to kill them. I'm just glad there's no random encounters. I know, I'm horrible, but like, God, it's just such a relief not even having to think about that. Favorite method of warfare? I don't even know how to answer that question. Minimized casualties? Rush in simultaneously with Joshua. Rush, 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 rush. Well, kids are about to die. What are you doing here? Get back, these monsters aren't playing around. What is with this music? If an NPC's HP reaches 0, it's game over. Escort quests. I need to remember I can save everywhere. Yeah, this is like robbing a casino music. I like that. I like the way of putting it. Time to go rob the casino.
All right, we're good to go.
Ding. That was great. Wait, that was great the way you blitzed those monsters, Estelle. No, dude McGuy. But if a game goes above and beyond with regards to its encounter method, then yeah, that will be a positive. See Dragon Quest XI, Pokemon Let's Go. Which I guess actually this kind of qualifies as, now that I'm thinking about it. Trying to think about what you did today, young man. This is the thanks I get for saving your neck. Looks like time to give you special discipline. Should we forgive each other like they teach at school? This brat doesn't need forgiveness. He needs a boss fight. Thankfully, we just leveled. Hi, Cassius. Yeah, I don't know who this worthless guy is. Oh, absolutely, Crazy Horse. The options in Bravely Default would get at least one positive. Possibly more than two. I have never seen a game put that many tools into the player's hand for exactly how they play the game, and it's amazing. And you can adjust them just on the fly as long as you're out of combat. Dad's unbelievable. Second we get back, he says, I'll leave the reporting to you, and heads home. The nerve. Yay. You got the money. And BP, which I still don't remember what that's actually for. Your father is widely known across the continent, so we can expect letters from time to time. Of course. Wrong button. Let's read his letter. Aw. Oh, there it is. Oh, come on! They knew. Do you think I'm really cut out to be a bracer? Well... Your nosy personality doesn't let you ignore someone in distress. But why are you asking? My carelessness, Luke almost got caught in the middle of a dangerous situation. If Dad hadn't come in, he could have been injured. I'm just worried about whether or not I'll stay on top of things in the future. It doesn't sound like the Estelle I know. We failed today, that's all that's left to do is take back our losses tomorrow, right? Overthinking and worrying is my job, not yours. Whee. Come home, Dad. Dad. There it is. And then our house burns to the ground. Here's your stuff. How delightful my daughter has finally understood what a great man her father truly is. Meanwhile, Estelle does not know how to make food happen. Exploding... Cooking is supposed to be about passion! Exploding eggs are passionate, right? Message from the Erebonians. Da-da-da-da. That's nuts, Rasalisu. Although, I mean, I suppose I shouldn't say that. There's plenty of games that are fully voice acted like that, and it's always crazy to think about how much dialogue they have to record for that. How do you make eggs explode? That's easy! Think about how strong she is. And she probably doesn't know how to apply that strength. Something unexpected that came up. This time I'm going to be away for a while. I'm leaving when? Tomorrow morning. What? That's just too soon. It's nothing like that. It's just a simple investigation. I have to visit a few places, so it's going to take a month before I'm through. No! Do not do what Battle Programmer says to do. Never do that. Bracer's job is to help those who come asking for help. What are you going to do about all your jobs at Roland? You've already accepted a few. Only about 5 or 6. Yeah. So you do them for me instead. Put a whole basket of eggs in a metal basket. Please don't do this. It's the last thing I need is for you to do that and have horrible stuff happen. And then sue me for it. I don't have money. Don't sue me. I live in a 1-bedroom apartment, for God's sakes. He's 45. Jeez. No! Battle Programmer! No! I'll have to shoot the judge. It's the only way to be sure. Yeah, he looks younger than me. And he's older than me. So when you say hate, Gum Gum, do you mean a character I like to hate? Or a character that is just a get off my screen character? Because those are two very, very different things. Yeah, 800 a month for this place. And yeah, I don't live in the middle of the city. Or in an actual expensive area. It's just, that's what it is. There appears to be a movement within the Empire. I mean, they're evil. You know they're evil because they're called an empire? Three-room plus kitchen and bathroom for 500 euros. Jeez Louise. I could get a place that costs about 500 a month. It would be a dive in a bad neighborhood. And it wouldn't have proper internet, which is kind of necessary for my job. I know that because I actually found a place that was that cheap as a just-in-case back, final option in case everything goes badly. So now to start the prologue. Well, I do have Google Fiber here, which is, I wouldn't say it's necessary for my job, but it's one step away from necessary for my job. At the very least, I need uncapped internet that is at least cable quality. And I need a bare minimum of 50 up and 100 down. That's the floor, though. What I have right now is 1,000 up, 1,000 down, because I have fiber. So, narratively speaking, this is actually kind of clever in its own right. Cassius is a super death doom. So, in order for the RPG to happen, either he needs to die, which would be the typical approach, which, whatever can kill him is probably something that needs to be, explained, and how he can take him down. Or he needs to be a dick and not help. Or he needs to be removed from the equation. So this is removing him from the equation. He's still alive and well, he's just going off to deal with, an actual large-scale problem. Thus, the events of the RPG can happen, because if he was here, if the events of the game happened, things would have gone very, very differently. It does help that he is an active member of things, yeah. See, the problem is, I'm not coming up with a lot of characters, Gum Gum. It's actually pretty rare that I tend to remember get off my screen characters. There's Hope in FF13, but even he has a good, decent moment or two. Yeah, he could still get killed, too. While dealing with the actual high-tier thing. Oh, excuse me. Good empires in fiction, other than mine, obviously. Generally speaking, there's not a lot, no. Empire is almost always shorthand for evil. You can thank the Great War and the pre-Great War era for that. That's been a part of our cultural consciousness for, like, 90 years at this point. I'm so glad I'm not reading this out loud. Yeah, I was going to say, Erebonia probably doesn't really qualify as an evil empire. Not in the traditional sense. It's not like the Vandolian Empire. Or the Gestalian Empire. Or the Shinra Power Electric Company, which is an evil empire. Oh yeah. I keep... Suikoden 2, I can only save in very specific spots. I need to not do that. Oh, no, 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 Gum Gum. No, that... So, the last real empires all died out after the Great War. That was kind of a thing. And, this way. That was one of the things the Great War was about, was ending the era of empires. Probably not deliberately, but, you know, that's how it turned out.
Piece of cake.
Whoops, I screwed up. Whatever. Yes, but that was... You could certainly argue that, Geludo, but I would still argue firmly that the era of empires ended with the Great War. Think about how many empires there were prior to the Great War. And think about how many of them survived that war. I'll give you a hint. The answer is none of them.
That's that then. Let's move out.
Yeah, the Ottoman Empire was in the Great War, for God's sakes. Just to put that into historical perspective. don't know why I'm talking about real life history. I apologize. Good empires in fiction.
All right, we're good to go. Let's do this!
Arcades. FF12. Took me a second. You could probably argue Rosaria as well, but unfortunately I can't do that in good conscience because we just know so little about the Rosarian Empire in FF12. So I don't know if they're good or bad or anything. I would say World War I was caused by many, many, many things, Gum Gum. That's what I would say.
Here I come!
That's true. The Garleans have bounced back and forth between we're evil. Whoa.
Not now.
To, you know, we're actually people. Yeah, we're dead. So let's see what happens when we die. I'm pretty sure we get the retry option. And I am correct. Okay, so that's neat that that happened.
Let's do this!
The Imperium of Man is not what I would call a strong empire, no. But, that's because it's not an empire. Now, each individual chapter of the Imperium of Man, oh yeah, they're super strong. That's a little bit different. The Tau Empire. Let's not talk about that one.
Here I come!
Well, I don't know what you're talking about, Crit Source. We're playing Trails in the Sky. 1. And that's it, maybe. We might be playing more. Maybe. And dead.
I'm sorry.
That's game.
Take!
We might be playing Cold Steel 2, Crit Source. We're still polling for that one. I'm fine with it. I don't actually care. But we'll see what happens. Yeah, no, I don't think we can do this. It takes 2 hits to kill these things, and there's just too many of them. Ironically, I think dying is actually more beneficial here, so we're going to go ahead and do that. 3 hits, apparently. Jeez Louise, die. Well, 4 hits! What the frell? Die! There we go. And now we die. Oh yeah, sorry.
Not now.
Run! 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 God, I'm completely turned around. Okay, I know where I am. It's okay, Crazy Nurse. You got this. Maybe. I'm not an RPG guy. I'm not an anything guy. That's the whole point of that. God, I can't afford jack for upgrades. Yeah, I'm a video game guy. Even that's not 100% true, because I cover Star Trek, too. Yeah, I'm a fiction guy. That's a good way to put that. I like that title. We'll stick with that one. Well, I also cover My Little Pony, if that makes you feel better, Shikor. And I would... sorry, I didn't answer your question, Gum Gum. I wouldn't say the NCR drifts into Empire territory, personally. They really do fit most of the qualifications of a republic in fiction.
All right.
Klingon Empire is definitely not good. There's an episode of TNG where the Enterprise is casually called to investigate a situation because one of the conquered races, one of the conquered planets of the Klingons, has started a rebellion. Now, that's not the plot of the episode. The plot of the episode is about Geordi being mind-controlled by the Romulans. But sit and think about that for a second. Starfleet is here to help the Klingons with a rebellion because it's a conquered people. Just process that. Yeah, the feds are totally cool with it. In fact, actually, that's not 100% true, but it kind of is, because the Federation goes out of its way to try and prove, no, we're cool with this. In fact, the main plot of the episode is the Romulans trying to frame the Federation as if the Federation is trying to help the rebels gain independence. And the Federation has to go out of its way to say, no, we're totally cool with helping you put down this uprising. I know, dude, McGuy, if only you would just do what you're told. God. I need to remember this speed up button is here.
Piece of cake.
Listen, we're allies, you know, we're cool. We can hang out with the big boys. That's what I thought. I'm not getting any money at all from enemies. No, I get, you know, Sepith, which I could turn into money directly. And I also, you know, get items, which I can sell. But I'm pretty sure this game focuses on getting most of your money from doing jobs, which I'm fine with, I think. So we'll see how they deal with it.
We're good to go.
You're new. The Terran Dominion are a pretty strong empire. Even when they become a good empire. But they're a Dominion, not an empire, so they don't count.
Piece of cake.
Debate. Well, it's you argue semantics and you're right, but let me explain what I meant by that. Usually when a fiction calls something an empire, which was our original point, they're doing so to say that this is an evil organization. And that was the point I was trying to make. You know, it's sure, the Dominion's an evil empire, but they don't call it the empire, so it doesn't count for the topic at hand. Where am I going? I don't remember where I'm going. I'm going here. Can I please? There we go. Alright, so... Or the Austro-Hungarians are boring. I'll say Empire in EU4 is just a distinction of size and, you know, prestige. That counts, right? I'm not going to define an empire, though, because I mean, that's a completely separate topic than the topic at hand. Ugh. It's like, how do you define fascism? We could probably argue that there's ways to define that, but there's no real codified definition. Why is it... Ah! Damn, there's no AoE heal. Well, hopefully it won't be total crap, Sarani. I think it's next week. Don't quote me. It's on the website. I don't want to discuss the Ottoman Empire. If we could avoid that, that'd be cool. Thanks. Just already got that. I kind of want to put that on him, though. That's a Mirage, though, so he can't even equip that. Let's do... I don't have any of those, though. China's an interesting case, though. Because China is many empires which take the similar structure of the previous one over and over and over and over and over again. There's a reason they keep saying, you know, it's not... There's a reason you could consider the Whatchafig dynasty different than the other Whatchafig dynasty. I don't want to name specific ones because I don't remember any. If you really want me to define empire, I hear two common definitions that I think are valid. Definition number one is any entity, any organization that has foreign territory that it holds and manages and you know, has control over. The other definition I'm actually have to look up. You're going to have to give me a second on that one. Because I don't want to screw it up here. A state functioning as an aggregate of nations or people ruled over by some kind of entity, and the territory and population is commonly known as greater than that of a kingdom. Can be made solely of contiguous territories, or territories remote, such as in a colonial empire. It can also refer to any kind of large-scale business, political organization, or group. Blah, 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 blah. This is getting irrelevant. But the point being, the main idea being an aggregate of nations or people ruled over by a single entity. There you go. Boom. I don't know what to put in her second thing here. I'm really torn on this, and I probably shouldn't be. Yeah, that's actually kind of the definition I tend to keep in my head, the one I just listed there. Screw it, let's do that one. Well, that would rule out the Imperium of Man, then, wouldn't it, Gung? I didn't... Need to talk to that person. Oh, I see what happened. Okay. Yeah, there's a reason I don't really even think about the Imperium of Man in that manner. Each chapter? Sure. It's a little different. Yes. Yes, it does, Shaludo.
Piece of cake.
Basically, yeah, load. Now, granted, I'm not super versed on Imperium lore, so don't quote me on that. Most of my exposure to 40k is from, like, 2 books and the video games, and that's kind of it.
Alright, we're good.
Did I already... Looks like I did. Okay. Getting the face handed to me here. Jeez Louise. Now that's a valid opinion. Incredibly wrong, Aboring, but it's a valid opinion to have. I give you one counter-argument. The orcs. Fantasy has orcs. Fantasy does not have orcs. Decision made.
Here I come.
And she's dead. Oh, she didn't die. Holy crap. First crits of the entire game so far.
Alright, we're good to go.
Yeah, I'm incredibly unversed in Warhammer Fantasy. So I'm actually just kind of memeing here. But the orcs are amazing. Really wish I had access to a frickin' inn. I guess I'm just gonna have to go to the house at this point. For lack of any other option. I'm running dry here. I need to heal. I wish to trigger sleeping. There we go. No, I haven't, Leander. 'Cause I'm a moron. You know what? That's actually probably a good... I've thought of another example of a good empire. As in, you know, morality in fiction. The Cyrodiilic Empire. At certain points in its history. Not always, of course. But especially then towards the end, right before it kind of died. They were pretty cool. They did a lot to try and actually make things better for everyone around them. Rather than just, yum, yum, like previous empires did. What am I doing? I'm just attacking. Okay. Yep, I am. Exactly, Aboring. Before Mr. Uriel finally kicked the bucket, they were pretty cool. And I really do think a lot of that sits on him. Because that was just his approach to sovereignty in general.
Alright, we're good to go.
But as I talked about during the Elder Scrolls lore run, the Empire is actually 3 separate empires across history. And they've had a checkered history. Holy crap. It's one of the reasons why Uriel Septim the 7th was so unique. Was because he was actually a pretty cool guy. Well, that worked out. Yes, crit source, that is correct. Well, that's a new enemy. A large monster. Would you like to fight this? No. I am not ready to fight that, although I can save at will. Oh god. We're dead. This is PC, Sarani. Why is what so weird, Nerazos? Explain yourself. Okay, you know, you guys could have told me that we had scaling issues here. I've been streaming for 2 hours and nobody told me we were having scaling issues. Hang on. Why is this... what? Okay, that's strange. Hang on. Huh. This is very weird. There we go. Okay, fixed it. Oh, there we go. We're just on the wrong thing, that's all. God, people. We probably switched accidentally. Either that or we've been there this whole time. Hang on. There. Thank you, Nerozaz. God dang it. God, he casts fast. Nope. God damn it. Whatever.
I'm sorry.
That is such a dick move. Wow. Time to see if resting at the inn actually recovers, you know, death. Let's see if there is one here. current Japan? I don't think I'd call current Japan an empire, no. By any definition. Well, back to our house. I don't even remember. Do I get a Hearthstone at some point to be able to go back to the beginning? Well, it's in the list of the Twitch thing Nero says, but this is the first. They have an emperor? Yeah, okay. Yeah, my apartment has an emperor too. It doesn't really make me an empire, though. Like, I'm sorry, I will never accept the definition that you could call yourself an empire by virtue of having an emperor or an empress. That is such a piecemeal, piss-poor definition of an empire, in my opinion. Okay. By the way, this is me holding down run, like the fast forward button, so... Yeah, exactly, Cashel. Good way to put that. Yeah, no kidding, Geludo. The military is complaining about not having a lot to do. I'm sure that's just, you know, guys being bored and isn't indicative of anything. Apparently I missed the fork. Yep, there it is. Didn't even see that enemy. Ah. Ah!
That's that then. Let's move out.
He just got a heal, too. I should probably stock up on some cooking items before I commit to this attack. Not that I've gotten any money. I could buy a few, though. This one, right? I should probably use that. Nope. Yeah, God, this really does play like a PSP game. Was this originally just PSP? Like, I don't know where the other Legend of games came out, the previous 5. If this is a PC game in 2004, that's pretty impressive. Mind.
All right, we're good to go.
Beast flesh. Wow, this is originally a PC game that was ported to PSP and then also ported to PC again? Am I understanding that correctly? Question mark?
Piece of cake.
I'm sorry, Bad Diesel. So let's see what's going on at the farm, shall we? Oops. Aha! So the PSP version was localized first. That makes sense. Let me through. Okay, fine. Don't let me through. So, several days of monsters that come out at night. Well, there's one of them. And she looks delicious. Ugh. Oh, hello. That also explained the weird loading screen transitions, which I'm not sure I like. Explain. This job is too dangerous for just the two of you. This is a good time to mention that Cassius does most of his jobs solo. Because of course he does. You'll be staying for dinner, right? Please! Yes! God, your cooking is so amazing. Estelle, I'm starting to think you love food a little bit too much. I'm surprised people like playing with such a stick in the mud. He's courteous and reserved, but if you get to know him, he's a caring young man. He's not self-conscious about it, too. Think about it, with those striking facial features, mysterious amber eyes, and lush black hair. It's only natural he'd be a target for all the young girls. I like her expression. Is Joshua really that problem? Are you blind, Estelle? Rumor has it more than just a few girls have asked to go out with him. I hear he turned them all down for his one true love. Shezera, of course. I don't know how to describe this. I don't know how to I don't know how I should even begin to describe his secretive nature after hearing this, but how cruel of him not to confide in me. If you were a boy, it'd be a different story, but as a girl, I don't think that's something he wants to talk to you about. The fact you haven't fallen for him yourself is beyond me. Why would I? He's my friggin' brother. Exactly. The forbidden fruit. I do not get the appeal of that. I really don't. Like, I'd say in fiction, but I don't know how much of that is actually a thing in real life. He's either completely out of touch with matters of the heart or just plain dense. Poor Joshua. He really has his work cut out for him. What's going on, Estelle? You don't happen to have any secrets you're not telling me about, do you? Come on now. Where are you coming up with this stuff? Since you came to live with us, we've always done everything together, right? Even though we had our share of fights, they're all good memories, and, you know... What I mean to say is I've come to think of you as family, and... So if there's anything going on in your mind, you should talk to me. Let me in here. You know, about things like trouble with your love life and whatnot. Nothing. I just want to know I'm here to listen if you want to talk. Alright, let's go! What kind of nonsense is Tio putting into that girl's head? How about we start by checking the house first? Move on to the fields, stables, and... Okay, so house, field, stable, greenhouses. House. Check. Peaceful, romantic music. God, there we go. I wonder if they're aware of our presence. Did anyone ever tell you that story as a kid? About the babies being born in a cabbage patch? Ugh, Cabbage Patch Kids. No, I was told about an angel with silvery wings. I was told about a stork who gets attacked by a Magikoopa. God, why does it keep really messing with my camera? I'm not even sure where I am at this point. Yes, the Empire has several strong global currencies. And snowdrifts. Who doesn't have a strong global currency? Don't ask that question. I guess, Crazy Norse. Like, it just seems weirdly prolific. To the point of being a meme, you know? And they always point out, no, they're step-siblings, so that makes it okay. And it's like... Okay, whatever. I mean, I'm a stick in the mud anyway, so I'm probably the worst person to ask about this, but I just look at it like, huh? The glow of the orbments gives a romantic ambiance. It makes it feel all worthwhile just setting foot in here. You're a ditz. I mean, at least the Habsburgs were doing that kind of stuff specifically for political connections. And... ugh. Oh, it's so cute. It's probably going to kill me, too. Come on. There we go. It's okay. We didn't splash any water on him. We should be cool. Excuse me. Giant crop muncher. That's the name of the enemy. What is with this music?
Let's do this!
Wow, didn't even kill it. Little crop muncher is munching on crops. You little... That would make a lot of sense, Leander. I don't have an easy way of answering that question, Gum Gum. So I'm not going to. Pass. Ow. Oh my god, die!
Here I come!
I don't know, Dream Whisperer.
That's that then. Let's move.
Listen, Crazy Norse, if Fallout 3 has taught me anything, it's about how genetics works. Wait. Work for brace or someone else. Now that they've been caught, what do you plan on doing with them? We must exterminate them. Oh, don't ask me that one either, Gum Gum. I mean, I could answer you, but I don't think anybody else wants to hear me talk about the currencies of the Empire. How's it going to benefit anyone if you show them mercy? We're here to do a job by exterminating them. If the same thing happens again, what will you say for yourself? There's only some vegetables, so what do you think about letting it slide this time? After taking a beat, I'm sure they learned their lesson. I strongly suggest we murder them. We're all living beings trying to survive on the same land. That's right. It's kill or be killed. Very well. Since this is coming from the ones who suffered the loss, I will not object to your request. We'll catch you around here again. You won't be so lucky. I mean, I'm someone who firmly believes that family is chosen, not blood, Crazy Norse, so... You know, step or no doesn't really change the equation for me, you know what I mean? It's really late. How about we hit the sack? I made this situation really awkward for everyone. What are you talking about? Don't sweat it. Nobody thought anything of it. Your judgment was the most sound. No, it wasn't. I was just cold-hearted and indifferent, and I wanted to murder people because of my torrid and dark past. Which we haven't actually covered yet. I'm a little surprised, but, you know, whatever. Even though I think we shouldn't have shown mercy and just killed those creatures. I don't feel any compassion. It's times like these I begin to loathe myself. As if there's something wrong with me as a person. Maybe some part of my heart is broken or something. Don't you dare say things like that about yourself. Watched almost everything you've done for the past 5 years, and I'm confident in saying your strengths and weaknesses better than anyone. Probably more than you yourself. I won't allow you to disregard everything with a bunch of nonsense. I don't want to hear you say you're broken again. I'm sorry. It was foolish of me to say I was broken. Believe it or not, I was happy to hear you admit how you felt. Your real problem is you always try to keep your feelings locked up inside. You don't want to be like Squall, okay? That just leads to a whole mess of issues. You were able to lay bare your own weakness. You learned to trust someone other than yourself. And for that, we can kill God with the power of friendship. Let's not get into that, actually. Damn it, Bad Diesel. It's okay, we won't be killing God in this franchise. Well, not in the Sky series. I don't know about the other two, really. So let's go get some freaking money. Because holy crap. I can see that. A good deity in fiction? Let's see. No, Cashel. I did some research on them for the Rumination, which I remember more than the Rumination itself. But, whatever. Just attack. Auto-A. Free, Gum Gum. I was gonna say, what's his face in Pillars of Eternity 2? I can't think of his name. Corum? Morum? Carm? Yeah, completely wrong. Aethos. Aethys. Aethari? Anyways, Aethys counts. Let's see. Most of the deities in the Dragon Quest series, which vary between not actually existing or being legitimately benevolent. So, Dragon Quest deities, usually the goddess or, I don't remember what they call him, but, you know, the Santa Claus guy. Yeah, there's a few Forgotten Realms deities that would qualify. We got paid. Yeah, Tyr, God of War. And no one else, unless you count Kratos, which I don't. Okay, I can do that. Why would... Oh no, these are the side quests, aren't they? Do we get anything from that? So we actually did kill that guy. We did! Yay! A diamond would also be free since it has no real practical use. A car is a lot harder of a question. So... The main currency of the Empire actually represents time, Gum Gum. It also varies depending on where you're at in the Empire, obviously, because some areas have access to mass foundries and others don't. I was going to say, I'm not sure if I even want to do the side quests. We'll debate that. Right. This is the mayor's residence. I'm trying to think. There's probably other examples. There's not that many, but, you know, it's not that uncommon for there to be beneficial or benevolent deities within a setting. It's just usually they're evil. Yeah, 60% of the time. Something like that. Or absentee, which is almost worse. Zelda. So we need to get a septium crystal from the mine and deliver it here. First, I'm gonna loot. Aw! I can't loot the mayor's house. Sadness. I guess Order of the Stick would qualify. For having a good deity. What's Ao's job? Making sure everyone else is doing their jobs. Get back to work! That's Ao. Yeah, as much as I meme, though, generally speaking, you don't actually kill God with friendship. That's kind of a rarity. At least in the games I play. Ao kind of is middle management, and he totally doesn't work for what's-his-face. I can't remember his name right now. I talked about it during the Neverwinter Nights run. Okay, so I need to get to the mine. Actually, how much money do we have right now? I could remember which button is the money button. There we go. Let's go ahead and buy a couple of items here. Greenwood, that's his name, Ed Greenwood. That's true, Azanaka. Weird. Just kind of got stuck in the menu there for a second. And I need to keep remembering I can save everywhere. I'll get out of Suikoden 2 mode at some point, I swear. The band Real Merc? No. There's very, 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 very few real-life bands who I like songs from them.
All right, we're good to go.
Yep, gotta collect all 108. Gotta get that walkthrough going. Alright, so this way. This is the best button in the game, right here. Pretty much, I need to write down 2 more convenience features while I'm thinking about it.
That's that.
I'll get there. There you go. That's how you can definitely tell I'm playing the PC version. I have the turbo button.
Alright.
I might screw up the options in during the lunch break, see if there's anything I can mess with to make it even faster. Could you stop dying, please?
We're good to go. Piece of cake.
Favorite romantic trope? Least favorite romantic trope. I can answer that one easily. No, although we're up to at least 2 by my count, Mazanaka. Because we had the scene where he was introduced, right? You know, because they hinted at the battle between him and Cassius. And then there's the whole, I have no empathy, we must kill scene. Uh-oh. Yeah, we're fine. No, my least favorite romantic trope is very simple. Here is a male and female character. Therefore, they are in love. Most often done in movies. Sometimes it's actually worse than that. Sometimes it's, here's a male and a female who are attractive, therefore. And there's nothing... No, I mean like in the actual movies, Grid Source. Like, if you want to ship, go for it. I don't really care. But, like, way too many times, like, films will have 2 characters have a romantic connection for no reason whatsoever, other than the fact that one of them happens to be male and the other happens to be female. And it's like, okay. Yeah, Jurassic World is a perfect example of that. Why are they together? Well, you see, one of them's played by Chris Pratt. The other one's played by, I can't remember her name. And that's why they're together. I like how she's just basically auto-taunting everything. By like, I mean, god dang it, stop it. Yep, if they're not attractive, they're not in love. And I say love very deliberately, because that's not any form of love. That's just nonsense is what that is. Prevents blindness. It's probably better on him, actually. Weird. I can basically get locked into the menu if I hit cancel too quickly. That's... okay. So this is going to be a little bit of an interesting fight. But yeah, that's my least favorite romantic trope. It's not really that much of a thing in video games, but it is a really common thing in TV and movies. It's even more irritating with two characters who clearly should not be together, either because of a lack of chemistry, or because there's just something wrong with their personalities, or one of their personalities, or whatever. Just kind of keep drifting towards each other. Lost! Also Friends, while we're on the subject. God. It's actually one of the reasons I liked First Contact, Crazy Norse, the movie, Star Trek. Which is doubly funny because it was a complete accident.
We're good to go.
Originally Picard and Millie were supposed to be she was supposed to be a love interest. And that got torpedoed, and God, I think the film is so much better for that. Oh, nope, already. The chest is now full of disappointment. Aww, but it was such a good chest. I get my hand, my face wrecked here. Let's go ahead and straight up kill that guy. So, I've probably played some of the Ys games, Ben Smack. I've never beaten any Ys games, and I have no particular memories of them, but I'm pretty sure I've played them a little bit. Let's just kill these guys straight up.
Here I come.
I'm biased about Han and Leia because the EU really fleshed out the relationship a lot more. But in the films, honestly, Empire Strikes Back did a decent job of showing the two's general attraction, but it really was the beginnings of a relationship in Empire Strikes Back. And if I'm just going to be blunt for a second, I think they did a terrible job of having the two work off of each other in Return of the Jedi. Like, they completely dropped the ball on that. It's like Platy over there. Like, she was watching Return of the Jedi and was like, these two people shouldn't be together. What is this nonsense? But the books do a good job of showing how the relationship actually grows and develops from that point on. So... Meanwhile, Eric over there is saying, yes, I feel the relationship does not have the proper celebrity necessary for the pathos to come across. I can't even do it.
That's that then. Let's move out.
Thank you very, very much, Wilson. Very much appreciate the sub. Thank you. Do you know where you want to put that one? Other than Age of Decadence? I'm kidding, you can put it towards Age of Decadence, I'm just wondering. Excuse me. Age of Decadence, you got it. I didn't want to presume. Yeah, I kind of had a truncated breakfast. Starting to get a hunger headache. But it's okay, I can get food in about 40 minutes. Soon, yes. Soon I will have lunch. And then, the world... So I'm just making a reference to that recipe in Suikoden 2 they were going to use to conquer the world. A one romance everyone likes but I don't get. Twilight. Now you're probably thinking, which? Because there's actually several in Twilight. But really, I think you understand the point. Yes, I will have soy sauce cake. Or no, it was what was it, black cake or something? I'm trying to remember now. So now we're playing Minecraft. Whee! Well, I mean, everybody's a bit of an exaggeration, but let's be honest with ourselves. Twilight is very popular. Or at least it was, back when it was still coming out. Like, those movies and books both sold weirdly well. So I think those qualify as popular. Yeah, it could even speed up animations. Whee! Alright, I got one. The dude and Aberdeen in Hunger Games. There's a relationship that never made any sense to me. Aw, thanks for the key. I have no idea, Mr. Red. I'm not sure I want to. The blonde kid. Crazy Horse. Like, his skill is he can make really nice caked makeup to the point of actually being ridiculous. I'm still trying to figure out what to make of this music. Oh, hey, a rest spot. I mean, I could also point out another romance that several people liked and I don't. 50 Shades of Grey. Which got a trilogy. If you want me to stop going for the low-hanging fruit, I'll have to actually think about it for a second. Still made plenty of money, Crazy Norse. Favorite love story in games? Locke and Celeste. I should probably think about that more, but that's the first one that came to mind immediately. It's a wind gem. Nice. Why are they trusting this gem, which is worth thousands of Mira, to her? I mean, I know the answer to that question. I do. It makes perfect sense. But it's still stupid! I'm not even sure I would trust this to the guild in general. Oh yeah, I suppose we're up to 3 hints, Mazanaka. I forgot that he has a monster sense. And he's demonstrated that twice now. I don't care for most Shakespeare in general, Maznaka, or even that entire era of writing, so... Crab people. Crab people. Sorry. Really? That's wonderful. Taste like people, talk like crab. I mean, it's apt, Gum Gum. I admit Shakespeare isn't actually that bad. I've kind of gotten over that, but I had a lot of seesaw effect back when I was in school, because most of my teachers, because, you know, I did a lot of history teaching, I did a lot of acting classes, so history classes, acting classes, and literary classes, and all three did nothing but lick Shakespeare's boots constantly. I got a little sick of it. I still don't like Shakespeare. His political dramas were okay. Okay, can you hit anything? God, dude. Whether 'tis nobler to take arm against the sea of troubles, and thus by opposing end them. To die, to sleep no more. Aye, but to sleep perchance, to dream, therein lies the rub. For what dreams may come to us once we have shuffled off this mortal coil, must give us pause. I don't care for Hamlet that much either. It's alright. It's not my thing.
Piece of cake.
Usually don't have monsters down here. They have a predisposition which attracts them to Septium. Now we have to save the miners from the crabs. I do love that quote, Disco. This is a tale told by an idiot, full of sound and fury, signifying nothing. If that isn't my life in a nutshell, I got nothing. So, allow me to answer that question strangely, Cashel. So, have you ever seen the Leonardo DiCaprio Shakespeare movie? Unfortunately, I have too. I saw it in school. I feel like I've already explained why. Do I have to use my crafts? Actually, no, I'm not going to use my crafts, because my crafts keep missing. Her craft might not miss. What's her... Oh, that's him again. Okay, what's her crafts? She could taunt, I guess? Eh. We'll do this. Anyways, the reason I bring that up is I was on board with the idea of that, or at least what I thought was the idea of that. Taking the story and interpreting it into a modern setting, right? But that's not what that film was. That film was Romeo and Juliet. Word for word.
All right, we're good to go.
Just with a different coat of paint on it. And, yeah. That is not something I was on board with. Oh. Okay. So the reason I bring all that up, Cashel, is if they actually bothered to legitimately interpret the story rather than just copy-paste it word for word with, you know, different stylings and, you know, paint and set dressing, then yeah, I'd be okay with that. Yeah, like West Side Story. That's actually not a bad parallel. Let's go and just straight up kill that guy.
Let's do this!
Lion King is Hamlet. But you get my point. If you want to adapt or interpret, sure. Like you were talking about. Rather than just do a garbage thing. One HP? Seriously? Nothing resets between encounters. This is more like, you know, most RPGs, Dark Tyrant. The only thing that heals us up is items. So we can use items to heal. There's occasional heal points. We've only encountered one in the entire game so far. There's rest spots. We've only encountered one in the entire game so far. And there's leveling up. That's how you restore. Unfortunately, I only have one maple cookie left, Platy. I said items, Mazunaka. There's one of those rest points I just mentioned. That's true, you can heal from in-battle bonuses as well, but that's not really what I would consider restoratives. Unless there's a way to get back EP in bonuses? I mean, it could be, I don't know. I should test something after this one.
All right, we're good to go.
So, test time. Yeah, we have 1,000 save slots, Crazy Norse. And autosaves, by the way. One thing in life I find odd that is normalized, wireless internet. No, really, think about it. Really sit and think about what wireless internet is and how it works. And think about how normal that is. Like, that's just become part of a Tuesday for most of us nowadays.
Let's do this!
Here I
All right, we're good to go.
And you're saying there's nothing weird about radio transmitters? Raise eyebrow. I have not reached a second town yet, Crazy Norse, no. But I guess if you guys think it's normal, then you think it's normal. I'm not going to try and convince you otherwise. Weirdos! But, Zero on Buck is easy. What did I miss? One thing I find normal that everyone else finds odd. I have no idea. Nothing is normal to me. Except for the stuff that is. Necromancy. There you go. The dark side. Wow, you're super old, Crazy Norse. Good lord. How are you even alive right now with that old of a lifespan? Jeez. About 3 years ago? No, 2 years ago. Little under 2 years ago. I guess that's true. You know what's normal to me and weird to other people? I work 7 days a week. Anyways, so about 3 years ago, my aunt just finally finished converting all our old Betamax videos to something in a more digital format, so, you know, they can be preserved and actually played. Yeah, I'm never doing the work while college thing ever again. I mean, obviously I don't have to, but that was a mistake. That cost me. Too much hassle. That's like saying being crushed by a car is too much of a hassle. I'm sorry. Jesus Christ. That is actually the beginning of my health problems, was when I was working while going to school. I'm not joking. The health problems I still have to this day started with college plus work. Damn it, Estelle. Really? Congrats, Disco. How should you celebrate? Cheesecake. Work stress? Pfft, don't be ridiculous. I play video games for a living. How could that possibly be stressful? Of course I am, Mark. No. No, I am not. Besides, how can I tell when their dialogues is updated? The only way to do that is to talk to every NPC every time I go back to town. And that's insanity. Oh, I know, right, Sigma? And he's dead anyways. Well, I tried.
We're good to go.
Do we actually know if they did legitimately have a separate team writing the NPC stuff, for lack of a better term? Hey, we're back to even. I mean, it wouldn't surprise me. That's actually the kind of thing I'd do. That way the writing team could focus entirely on making it believe... In my experience, having a larger writing team tends to allow for better writing as long as it's properly coordinated. Dragon Age Origins is a good example of that, in my opinion. You know, rather than having one person write every single NPC, you get more tone, you get more personality and perspectives and characters. If, you know, you have different writing staff. Yeah, too many writers is a problem. Voyager actually had that problem a lot, where rather than one or two writers, which is pretty normal for an episode of Star Trek, they'd have closer to 6 or 7, and those episodes were not good. I can name on one hand the number of episodes of Star Trek that had a lot of writers and worked out. In fact, I can only think of one, Trials and Tribulations. Oh, we gotta talk to the mayor first. Right. Mayor, I have your item to fund the rebellion. Where is he? This is the 3rd time we've seen this woman, by the way. I do think this is one of those games that falls in the too much dialogue, not enough saying. We need to codify a term for that, because that just kind of keeps being a thing. Talk too much, say too little? I don't know. I do think this game does have that problem a bit. Empty text. That's a good term. What do you guys think? What's funny is this era right around here, the mid-aughts, is where that empty text thing really got pretty bad. Not that modern games avoid that entirely. Let me just put this incredibly valuable gem in the safe here. They have such a weird approach to animations. Like, instead of doing animations, they just fade. Crossfade. Yeah, we're going to put this in there while there's a guest and 2 bracers. Granted, we're probably reliable. That's also, in case you missed that, that's his gift to the Queen for her birthday celebration, which was mentioned earlier. Yeah, exactly, Darth Tyron. Meanwhile, Estelle thinks that Joshua is into the rich girl type. We have to get some pickup lines ready for the next time you meet. Oh my god. If we did a counter for how many times Joshua like, the game hints at the relationship between Joshua and Estelle, we'd probably get into the hundreds range. We're already up to like 8 at this point. I'm in the wrong area. I need to be over here. Yeah, Joshua, who has, you know, at least a bit of a brain, immediately suspects Josette. Money! We're looking for a guide to get some shots in a dangerous place. So we need to be a bodyguard for the reporter and camera woman. Sweet. Well, that goes back to an idea I've talked about several times, which boils down to the difference between good and bad filler. Good filler does something, to put it simply. Good filler talks about the setting or the character, or, you know, informs their personality, or maybe it gives an idea of what's going on right now, or something, right? Bad filler is just wasting your time. Yeah, good filler isn't filler. That's actually a good way to put that. Although, the way I usually refer to that is there's filler, which is good, and there's padding, which is bad. But either way, you know, good filler, bad filler. Like, Little Pixie Nerd is definitely good filler, for example. Do I like dark humor? There's a picture, right? And it's a guy who's a construction worker. He's working on the thing. And it says, always make sure to keep yourself properly tied up. So, so you don't actually fall, if you fall from the construction yard. So he's got a noose around his neck, tied around the... Thank you very, very much, Little Pixie Nerd. Very much appreciate and oblige. If you happen to know where you want that one to go, let me know. Otherwise, donuts. Hey, we can rest now here. That option wasn't there earlier. Hang in there, buddy. Oh, God, I actually didn't read that. No, there we go. Okay. No, I did read that. I'm just an idiot. I don't remember where the bar is, though. Syndicate. Syndicate. Okay. As you command, so shall it be done. Can I have my camera, please? Thank you. Even that handsome man? Wow, what a pleasant surprise. Are you brother and sister or something like that? That's gotta be it. When people have the same name, it usually means they're family. I guess. Estelle, I think this lady has no idea what bracers are. She seems to have mistaken the word bracer for somebody's name. May I ask what you two are whispering about? It'll be a pain to explain, so let's just go along with it. Okay. Seem to be troubled over something, ma'am. For such a cute dumpling, you catch on quick. Young boys are so considerate, not in my experience. You really distressed, or you're just trying to flirt with someone who's way too young for you? Yes, I am so distressed. My little Errol hasn't come back home. I dozed off here at the cafe and she vanished. She's my kitten. She's so snuggly wuggly. Oh, and it's not just her face that's cute. It's her personality as well. Maybe it's the color of the evening sun in an autumn shining down upon a field of wheat. That's the color of her kitten's fur. Right. You could say, orange, tan, light brown. There's other methodology here, I'm just saying. Anyways, that's not who I was looking for. That's a side quest. I hate side quests. I am the unshaven man. I like getting the scoop, but I hate when people pry into my business. You little brats of bracers. What do you mean, lady? There's nothing sexy about you in that outfit. If you don't like my assessment, then how about slipping into a skirt and acting like all the other girls your age? Also, I mean, first of all, she is wearing a skirt. Second of all, whap! So that's what she's wearing, by the way. Just to further emphasize how stupid that guy is. I can't remember where it is. There it is. It's right here. It's Girl with Glasses. Please help me out here. What'd you do this time? You didn't waste all your money, so you have no money for repairs, did you? How did you guess? You like clairvoyant or something? When you do the same thing many times, even an idiot would know what's going on. Could you write this off as a business expense? Decorative clock, repair 2,000 Mira? Jesus. I was looking at the store and he was doing the repairs, and I saw a pretty clock and it broke, but I'm happy we could write it off as a business expense. Oh, for God's sakes. Sorry to keep you waiting. Who are these kids? They're the bracers. We'll be our escorts. Let's go. Oh yeah, cameras are orbals too, by the way. Because, you know, tech doesn't really exist. Like, they have low tech and high match tech. Which is pretty standard. While we're here... Huh. Can't install two of the same kind of quartz. Who knew? Good to know. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, the MP was actually what I was after, Battle Programmer. I should probably get some more stuff to make more cookies before I go. Let's see here. Well, actually, you know what? No, I changed my mind. Let's get some friggin' gear. We need to upgrade our gear. I've been very slowly inching my way. This feels like a Dragon Quest game. I've been inching towards better gear. Mission by mission. Yeah, there, I just bought 2 items. Give you an idea there. That also sounds like Dragon Quest Battle Programmer. In terms of equipment design. Let's see what else we got here. Okay. Remember to save since we're several cutscenes in. She's blinding the enemies with her camera.
Piece of cake.
That amuses me more than it probably should. Yep. Okay. That is one of the key ways to make escort missions not suck, is make the thing you're escorting useful in some way. They're two people who work for the local newspaper, Jaluta. And we're taking them to the tower so they can take a picture, and that's totally not going to have anything bad happen. Well, hopefully these towers don't have any kind of ancient secret built into them. That would be terrible. Did she just fall asleep? She's taking pictures of a tower. Actually, it's funny you say that, Cashel. One of the biggest tips for reading quickly is to get yourself out of the habit of reading things out loud in your head. Because your brain can process the words way faster than that. And I think this is probably a decent time to stop right here before we start this dungeon. Ugh. So I'm going to go ahead and pause for lunch.